It's simple, really. Great stories with a good cup of tea. It's the Tea with Mike show. Okay. Can you move slightly to your right? So you're there we go. Good. Alright. Here we go. Alright guys, welcome to another episode of the Tea with Mike show. Joining me today is Brittany. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys.
Alright, so how's your day going so far?
It's been pretty good. Cheers. I made sure I got my cup of coffee. I didn't have tea today, but I felt like I had to have something with me, like
Awesome.
for tea with Mike, you know?
So do you want to start by telling the audience a little bit about you?
So, okay, how the company started, the person that I interned with, we ended up partnering up, and so she owned a record label called Heart Songs Records, and she also owns a magazine, Music Update Center. So she's been in the music business for quite some time, for a really long time. And I interned her for about 2.5 years while I was going to Belmont University, and I was having a hard time after graduation finding a job. So she was just getting frustrated. She's just like, you know what, Britt, how about we just start a company? But she was already planning to do that long before that. And, working in the music industry, having a label, she was, had other PR companies that she was dealing with. And we both felt like they were charging way too much and weren't doing the job. And, we're doing a lot less and doing a lot more for our artists. And yeah, that's how that kind
of... So what's kind of your background? Do you have any formal education and that sort of thing? Or did you go to school and then start doing internships and things like that?
So I went to Belmont University for mass communications / media, and also minored in music business. That's a funny story of why I chose that school. Literally, it sounds ridiculous. It showed up in a Facebook ad, and I visited Nashville way before I found the school, but it showed up in an ad. I was going to a community college at the time, and I had no idea where I wanted to go. I was planning on going to a state school because it, saved me some money down the line, even though, it's hard to save money when going to college. So it showed up in an ad, and it literally had everything that I was looking for in my major. It was crazy. And, when I visited the school, it was just like, this is it. This is the one. And, when I applied, I didn't know if I would get in. I was just like, I'm just going to go for it. And yeah, I went, and it was the best experience of my life.
What was your favorite part about the program?
The program, it was interesting. It was so broad. It covered literally everything in communications, from, social media to marketing, radio, broadcasting. There was this one class that I had that covered advertising, which was interesting, learning about commercials and digging deep into that. And another class that I had was focusing on social media. We really learned a lot of Facebook, Twitter, all those social media apps, and that was a really fun class doing presentations.
And then in the program, how was it kind of made up? Was it all written, or was there some practical elements? How were the projects in the classes kind of broken down?
There was definitely a lot of writing involved in the program. Lots of essays, which I enjoyed a lot. And with mass communications, there was definitely a lot of presentations. A lot of group presentations. Sometimes they could be good. I'm sure you understand.
Yes, haven't taken a media communications class yet.
Group projects is either a hit or miss.
Very much so.
It was a lot of fun. I got to work with a lot of talented people, and they all had their strengths, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed, working with different people and doing projects with them.
Nice. And then with the overall program, like, if you could pick out one bit, what was your favorite part?
That's a tough question. My favorite part in that program. So I studied mass communications and music business. It was, I had the media side and then learn about the business. So music business, I really enjoyed those kind of classes. I had some classes like a public relations class, which is, what I'm doing now, and I really enjoyed that a lot. And I took another PR class, which was just an elective for fun, and now I'm doing that, and that was probably my favorite part of the whole experience of Belmont.
Yes, and then so if you could really hone in on the PR, what is it you like so much about public relations?
I just love promoting. Like, I'm working with different artists, and it's something that I was passionate before even, doing this. I had a Twitter account. I just loved promoting these up and coming artists. And I think that's my favorite part about the business, is watching these artists grow in their careers as an artist themselves.
Okay, so just so I'm correct, you do public relations from the artist perspective versus more working for like a company, for example, and doing like crisis management and that sort of thing.
Being based in Nashville, we definitely have a lot of artists on our on the roster, but we also work with, some more corporate clients as well. So we're very open, but being based in Nashville, Music City, we get a lot of artists, and it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. So how long ago did you join like social media, and what do you like kind of about social media, and any particular platforms that you like more than another one?
I definitely am a big fan of Twitter, if you couldn't tell. Like, my favorite part about Twitter is that you're able to, it's writing, but you can also post like videos and your pictures as well, and you're able to connect with so many different people. You can tweet at them, and they're more likely to respond. Like, I can have a conversation with, let's just say, for example, Gary Vee. He's more likely to respond on Twitter than any other platform. And a lot of these other artists or celebrities, actors, etc., you're more likely to get a response for someone and able to connect with them through that platform, which is really cool.
Awesome. And then, so how have you grown your audience on Twitter?
By tweeting out and making connections with so many different people. It's, you have to engage with their content. It's all about the other person. You can't focus on yourself, and it's like reverse engineering on social media. How can you bring value to the audience?
Awesome. So when you go to, how long do you spend on Twitter a day, and then do you have any particular strategies for engaging with people, or is it more free flowing?
I would say it's more free flowing, because you never really know. You can't really plan with social media. You don't know what other people are going to tweet or what they're going to post. You kind of just got to go with the flow. Anything could happen with in events, like, let's just say the Super Bowl, for example, with commercials and just tweeting about stuff like that. Different events that happen, anything can occur. And then, so the other question you asked was the first one.
So it's kind of about any strategies that you can kind of use. It was just it was an open-ended question.
Yeah, Yeah, that's you can't plan for anything.
And so how do you use the platform of Twitter to create professional opportunities?
Creating a lot of content. And what you have to do is make sure you follow the right people and connect with. Like in a PR, my job is I want to connect with all the outlets that are going to promote and write about, like magazines and blogs about my artist.
Awesome, and then this also is the next question is gonna help me too, seeing as you work in PR. Or what are some tips and tricks that you can use along with marketing and all the other tools to get your content or your pieces? Yeah, I guess your content in front of the potential media outlets.
You just got to keep putting out a lot of content. You just got to just DM them. You just got to tweet them at them, and be very professional with the content that you're posting out and how you approach those people. And if you're very professional, they're gonna give you that chance and look at it. Okay, and you never know who's gonna open up that message.
That's true. And then can you expand a little bit on what you mean by professional content?
You gotta make sure, like as a PR company, there's one thing with me tweeting anything that comes to my mind, but I can't be tweeting, for example, like what I had for breakfast today. That's not gonna like flow well with a business account.
Okay, and then how long do you spend on Twitter a day?
I definitely am on there. Not 24/7, but close, very close that I'm always on there checking. And when I'm not, it's kind of refreshing. I kind of can just like sit back and like refresh everything when I'm not on there.
Awesome. So
that's why I do it.
So do you dabble it or do marketing and social media in addition to public relations, or do you just focus on public relations?
So my job, I'm the social media director for Publicity Nation. So my job is I'm in charge of creating content for the social media accounts and marketing through social media.
Awesome. And then what scheduling tools or tools in general do you use to help you do your job? Because there's only so many hours in the day, but as we all know, in order to make enough revenue to do it full time, you have to have so many clients. How do you balance that?
I just keep going. Right now, I've just been going back and forth on all the accounts, and I definitely need to look into an app that keeps everything organized with all the accounts that I'm dealing with. But, I just enjoy what I'm doing right now and it's working, but definitely got to look into something to keep me more organized.
Also, and then, if we're thinking about data and analytics, what are some tips you can give for tracking and demonstrating the progress that you've made?
Like tracking like insights.
Yeah, that's okay.
In social media, like with Twitter, for example, there's on the side you can look at how much it's reached. Like impressions, it varies. If an influencer were to retweet it and engage with that, the impressions is going to go up. The amount of people that possibly can see it. That doesn't mean all those people saw it, but that is how many people can see the content. I hope that answers your question.
So how many years have you been on Twitter?
I think it's about 6 or 7 years now. Since I was in high school, 2014, I decided to create the account. And I was just like on the edge of graduating. I started it like maybe 5 months or so before I graduated. And it started out, funny story, my account started out as an anonymous account, which is funny because now it's like I'm not afraid to post out myself because people were complaining about what I was posting when in high school. You're very self-conscious about what people say and what you do. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna create a separate account. No one will know, because I was into country music and I was tweeting about country music all the time, my favorite artist, which relates to kind of what I do now, which is really cool. And I created the account, didn't think anyone was going to follow it. And, obviously I was wrong about that. And yeah, it's a crazy story how that all came along.
And so let's dive a little deeper into internships. Could you tell everyone how an internship benefited you and how you used it to get to where you are now? Because there's a lot of like pros and cons to internships. Everyone has different thoughts because often internships are not paid. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and maybe some pros and cons of both sides depending on your circumstances?
Definitely apply every chance you get. So the person I interned with, who's now my partner, it all started with a post from Facebook, and we connected, I applied, and I ended up interning with her, and now we have a business together, which is crazy. So don't just go for it. Don't hold back. You have the skills, and don't be afraid to like go after it.
And then how would you respond to a very common response of, but I'm not making any money doing this?
I mean, I did it for like interning, you're gonna do free work, and it's eventually gonna pay off. It's gonna help you gain those skills, after you graduate, and hopefully some of these internships you can get credit for college credit, which I ended up getting when I was interning. So it ends up, I think, paying off. And if you love it so much, you're going to do it. And if it's not something you're passionate about, then you need to get out there, That's just how I feel about it.
So that's your perspective on the topic of internships. Got you? Because you work in social media marketing, the whole area. How important is it to keep developing your skills and B, spend time reading about what's going on in the industry?
Being, right out of college, I'm still learning a lot, and it's so great to have two other ladies who have so much expertise in the business. So I'm definitely learning every day new things from them, and it's really great to work with them. They're just a bunch of boss ladies, and I love it.
Awesome. And then, so how many hours a week do you typically work? Just 40, 60, 70? So
that's not the only job that I have. I do that, but I'm also a server. I serve on the weekends. So that on the weekends, that's basically what I do. But during the week, I'm always constantly creating content. And I really enjoy it. It doesn't feel like work to me. How many people can say social media is their job? Just tweeting out.
And then, so when you're not busy, you're doing all of the social media marketing, working on the weekend, what do you do to kind of relax?
when I get the chance and to hang out with my friends, it's really great because being in this starting up a business, a lot of people don't talk about. Like all their friends are doing 9-to-5 jobs, and you're spending time on your business, working on that, and you don't have time to hang out with your friends. So when I do get that time, I really, really cherish it. And
okay, and then going forward, what are some goals that you have both personally and professionally?
there's some goals that I have professionally.
Yeah, coming up.
Some goals that I have professionally. I don't really set goals. I don't like to look into the future. Every day creating, every day. Sorry, I was getting notifications. Things are showing up on my computer. So every day, I don't have goals. I don't like to look into the future because that kind of scares me, like thinking where things could be. So just keep going every day, living for the present, not for the future.
Awesome. And then if there's do you have any advice for anyone that might want to get into this field as we move towards the end of the episode?
In PR, for people who want to get into PR, just keep honing on your skills with writing. And, if you want to get in social media like me, keep working on creating content. Just keep continuing to post a lot of content. And it's, that's what's going to show to someone who wants to hire you, because it's going to show that you know what you're talking about, than someone who's only posting once a week. It shows that you really want this.
Awesome. And then kind of finally, what do you think? It's not very recent anymore, but what did you think when you first heard that Instagram was taking away some of the likes, the like feature?
I wasn't worried about it. It didn't bother me. Some people are just like, I don't think this is a good idea, but I think it definitely is going to help. I don't know if they changed it yet, changed the feature, if it's still, hiding the likes or not, because some of the accounts, I still see the likes, and I don't know if it's working for them or if it's not. I think they're still in the process of testing it, but I think the whole thing, people kind of just don't care anymore. Like they're just like, all right. Didn't bother me. I don't know if you're a fan of Gary Vee, but he was very, very happy when they got rid of the likes, and I think it's for the best.
Awesome. And then any closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts.
A piece of advice for everyone?
Advice, yes. So there's like advice for social media and, starting your own business, do it because you love it. Don't do it for the money, especially in the music business. You're probably not going to make very much money in the beginning. You just got to keep pushing through it and invest in your company, because eventually the money is going to come in. You won't make much in the beginning, but invest.
Great advice. Thanks for being here.
It was so great talking to you.
And we'll definitely keep in touch.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, this was, and what a great mug. All right, guys, this was another episode of Tea with Mike. This was Brittany. We talked a little bit about public relations, social media, a little bit of marketing, how internships can be effective for you. And, I didn't even give the tea fact. we'll do the tea fact now, and we'll see who watches to the end. So today's tea fact is black tea is actually called red tea in China, and that comes from factretriever.com.
What?
Yes.
I've never knew that. That is so cool.
So my guest learned something new. I didn't know that until I obviously looked it up, which is obviously why I reference my sources. And so that is a creative way to end today's episode. I'll drop Brittany's social links in the show notes, and you'll be able to check out this episode at teawithmike.com. Thanks for watching. It's the Tea with Mike show.